Hi, this is Eugene with Gardens or Gun Towers, and we're hiking the North Country Trail again today, and it's kind of a neat area. We start going into some cedars. Just really interesting limb patterns. Of course, part of those are because they've fallen, but again, we're in the Dune section, the Harbor Springs area chapter, hiking with the Jordan 45 chapter. Just a great day to be out. Some clouds overhead, but no rain, and so far we're getting close to the end of our hike for the day. Wind has kept the bugs off, and really overall it's been an excellent hike. Taking the opportunity to get some nice trail footage because it really is pretty, and it's a lot nicer than just the roadwalk footage I posted. But you know, if you're gonna hike the whole thing, gonna hike the North Country Trail from end to end, well, you're gonna have to hike the road too. The others have gotten ahead of me. It's okay. Just enjoying it. Like I always tell people, don't worry about how fast or slow you walk. Everybody's got to hike their own hike. We're coming up to a fairly significant hill. With some switchbacks. Well, this will be good. Oh, nope. I'm wrong. It's not. These are gonna go around the hill, not up the hill. It's an interesting formation of mushrooms, or fungi rather. Well, mushrooms, fungi, I don't know if it's interchangeable, but another fun fungi. Talk to Dr. Mark about those later. Harbor Springs chapter has done a very nice job of benching the trail. What that means is, if you look at the trail here, it's fairly level for the footbed. So as you're walking along it, your feet are not canted to either the left or the right. It's just pretty straight. And they've done a really nice job. If we look, you might be able to see Lake Michigan. We are coming up to Lake Michigan. I know that this is I think this is one of the only areas that this trail reaches out to Lake Michigan. The 4,600 miles of the North Country Trail, and I can't say for certain, but this is one of the, I think it's probably the southernmost point, because obviously you cross the Mackinac Bridge, which is the border of Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. And you can see Lake Michigan from some of the portions of the of that walk, but we're going to come right out close to it, I believe. Again, we're just hanging out on the dunes, the woodland dunes. Stop right here, and it's hard to see because the trees are starting to get their leaves. You can see the beginning of Lake Michigan in the distance. People often complain about hills. My only complaint about hills is going down them. I'd rather go up a hill than down a hill. It may seem like it's easier, but you have to remember that if you just keep descending in an uncontrolled fashion down a hill rapidly, you will continue to pick up speed and bad things can happen. You have to arrest yourself with every step downward. Uphill, when you want to stop, you just simply stop taking steps. Again, another nice little bend in the trail, beautiful. We're going to actually split the dunes here down the middle. A couple of dunes. That whole downhill thing I was talking about. The other thing that always the other thing about downhill travel that makes me nervous is leaves. Okay, now it's nice and dry. Bad if you want to start a fire, but good for walking on a trail. The reason for that is because if they were wet, they become slippery. And going down a hill, if all you have to put your foot on is leaves, they could break away, and you could have a bad day. But fortunately, it is dry. So that is not a major concern today. Ooh, swamps. That's something that on a day like today, not so bad. But, you know, the weather was just right. It was a little warmer. In fact, I don't know if you're able to see this, but the water is shimmering, meaning it's filled with mosquito larvae. So, anyway. Fortunately, it's mid-50s and it's windy. And the bugs are staying put. beautiful, beautiful work here that they've done. Cannot praise the Harbor Springs chapter enough. Beautiful trail, and they've done a beautiful job maintaining it. As we shed altitude, approaching lake level, we'll call it, because Lake Michigan obviously is above sea level. We're preparing fairly quickly to exit the forest. Sometimes there are unique methods for marking the trail. Edges of logs, sometimes posts of signs, rocks, usually on trees. So we'll point out in a later video, having already spoken about the blazes and their meaning, that one of the common jokes among Trails Association folks is that the blazes, once painted on a tree, generally that tree's death knell. We're not sure why, but there's a blaze monster that decides that trees with the blue blaze must die. Whew. Uphill a little bit. Getting my heart rate up. I just have to watch out for roots. Don't want to, as my dad used to say, take a header. I think it was supposed to mean something along the lines of go ass over tea kettle, which in turn means to trip and fall down disastrously. Because although we are trying to lose weight, and I weigh less than I did, well, I'm trying to beat I'm beating badly Dr. Mark in our keto challenge, or Keto Duel. Having lost weight, that's great. I still weigh enough that landing very hard could be very, very bad. I always mind the roots. Again, this has been beautiful hiking weather. When you get a little warm, the wind picks up, carries the warmth away, you feel refreshed. Sand. Sandy, sandy. Oh. Oh. It's just cool enough. It's got my nose running a little bit. It feels good. Really wouldn't have it any other way. It's just absolutely magnificent for hiking weather. Sometimes when I'm filming, you might hear that double chime and think, boy, has the ship just come in. No, that is a reminder while I'm at work, every hour on the hour, to get up and walk a few steps. Because I, like many white collar Americans work a relatively sedentary sort of, like many Americans, many white-collar Americans, have a relatively sedentary style of working. It involves me sitting at a computer at a desk all day. So I often forget to mute it, and now I have kind of almost stopped hearing it, which is kind of bad, but it does usually work while I'm at work. When I'm working, I generally hear it and say, oh, I've been sitting here an hour. Time to walk 100 or 200 steps to get my blood flowing. I also tend to try to stand at work rather than sit, and kind of the opinion that too much standing can actually be stressful. At least it feels like it can be. But it's something you kind of work up to. But quite often I'll stand a few hours a day. And at some point I'll show you my setup for doing that. Oh, surprise, a little spring. There's mentioned there wasn't much water until get close to Lake Michigan, and that's definitely water. Would require filtration. That is a water source. It's clean. Ah, we crossed it again. Beautiful. Beautiful little stream. Again, a beautiful little water source. Have to filter, but beautiful nonetheless. Really believe we're getting close. Starting to see openings at eye level instead of way up high. See openings between the trees. When you see openings between the trees at eye level, it usually means you're getting close. See the trailhead. So, before we emerge, this is Eugene with Gardens or Gun Towers. Have a great day. Michigan. Eugene again with Gardens or Gun Towers. It's been a beautiful hike. We're here at Lakeshore Drive, just north of Cross Village, and we're done. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.